Welcome to Real Love, Real Stories TV and podcast. I'm Kanu and I'm the host. Join me as I learn about love from couples who are making their relationships work and from singles who make being single fun. In the guest chair today, I want to introduce a couple from Oregon, Sarah and James, and they have their little baby girl with them as well. Enjoy their love story. So maybe to start off with, can you guys introduce yourself to the audience?
I'm Sarah.
I'm James.
And don't forget to introduce the baby.
And we have a baby that was just born in December, who's joining us because she doesn't want to take a nap right now.
Well, thanks for being a part of the show. I so appreciate you guys taking the time to chat with me. So to start off with, maybe you guys, can you talk about how your love journey began?
Yeah, so I started going into the Walgreens by my house because our insurance provider changed pharmacies and it was like a preferred pharmacy, and I saw this really adorable guy that was the checker at Walgreens. And so I just started going into Walgreens like a lot. Like a ridiculous amount of times every week for things I didn't really need, just because I wanted to see him because I thought he was so adorable. And like, I think it was probably like a few months in, he like remembered my name and he's like, "Hi, Sarah," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, my name." And then I think our classic story that we tell everyone was that he tried to woo me by selling me a frying pan. So I was there one time and I didn't have my daughter with me, and he's like, "Hey, come over here." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is it. Like, he's going to ask me out. I'm so excited." And he comes over and he goes, "Do you want to buy a frying pan?" It's like, "What? Like, are you serious?" He's like, "It's on clearance."
That is so funny. So wait, does Walgreens sell frying pans?
Yeah, it was as seen on TV. It was like some frying pan from TV. And it was like $5 on clearance. And I was just like, I just wanted to talk to her. So I was just like, "Do you want to come over and check out a frying pan?"
I did not buy the frying pan. All my friends said I should have bought the frying pan, but I was so stunned. I was like, "Oh no, maybe he doesn't like me." Like, I thought he was going to ask me out. He wants me to buy a frying pan. I'm very confused. So we continued flirting for multiple more months. I mean, there was a good year's worth of flirting involved in this, in my shopping.
Oh my gosh, really? And you didn't give up?
No, I really thought he was adorable. And he's...
I was really, really shy. I thought she was so beautiful. And I'm like, I don't know. I should have asked her out. I should have asked her out. Every time she left, I was like, I should have asked her out. And I was like, no. And then I kept telling a girl I worked with, it was like / friend's sister. Like, she was just like my sister because I've known her so long. And I was just like, "She was just in. Did you see her?" It's like, "Yeah, I saw her. She's really cute." And I'm like, "I know." I'd always talk about her after she would leave. And I pointed her out one time before she knew what she looked like. And
yeah. So eventually, I actually went into the store. I had an old friend of mine that was staying with me for just a couple of months while he was going through a divorce, and he had to pick up a prescription. So it wasn't intentional, but I went in with this other gentleman, and it totally freaked him out because he's like, "Oh no." And I realized it freaked him out because he was checking us out or paying for our things. And I was like, "Oh no, this is like a year's worth of flirting down the drain. I really like that guy." So I had to make up a reason to like come back into the store in like a couple of days. And I was like, "Okay, how do I bring this up? Because if he doesn't like me, this is really weird." And then you walked up to me.
yeah, right when she came up, I was just like, "Was that your boyfriend last time?" It was the first thing I said. I just had to know. I'm like,
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, it was. I was like, "Well, that works out because now I don't have to bring it up." I was like, "No."
She said it just like that too. No.
It's like, okay, good. No, that was not my boyfriend. I'm single. Me, single. And that was the day he asked for my number.
Yep.
Oh.
And right when I went to break, I texted her. I was really excited. Didn't wait, nothing. I texted her.
Oh man.
Yeah. So
how many months total from the time you first saw each other to the time that you finally got the number?
It was a while.
probably, I'd say about 14 months.
Oh my God, you guys are patient.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking really. I mean, you know, they say that's when you find the person.
Right.
I think I was just focused on my life and my family and my job. And I was like, you know, this probably just isn't going to ever happen for me. So I'm going to make a good life myself, man. I'm going to take myself out to the opera. I'm going to go to movies. Like I was making myself happy because
like self-care for you, for sure.
Yeah, for me, because I thought, you know, if this doesn't happen, that doesn't mean I shouldn't do fun things I want to do in life. So I'm just going to just living my life and going and checking out the cute guy at the Walgreens.
I love it. I love it. So what was the first date like?
We had lunch. I went at a breakfast diner.
Yeah, called Sunny's.
Yeah. And I remember seeing him like smile, this really big grin. It's my favorite grin. It's like little crinklies around his eye. And I was like, I want to see that smile more. Like, I love that smile.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, it was great. I mean, we were just comfortable. I was nervous because, I mean, I'd invested time in this, man.
Right.
So I wanted it to go really well, but we just had lunch and, I know, I just liked seeing you smile. Like, I liked seeing how happy you were. It was great.
Yeah. So James, were you nervous or were you totally comfortable at this point? I
was pretty nervous. I didn't want to do anything wrong and mess up anything. And I was like, oh, I'm actually on a date with her. I'm so happy, but I'm so nervous.
I love it. Oh, 14 months later, you went on a date. That's awesome.
Yep.
So then you dated are you guys married?
We are not legally married, no. I just call him my hubby.
Okay.
Yeah, my wife too.
Yeah.
to a lot of people.
Yeah. So, but you have a beautiful baby.
You do.
Yeah. So congratulations on that.
Yeah. So this May the 4th, Star Wars Day, will be our 2-year anniversary.
Okay. Well, happy early anniversary.
That's a good thing. I'll never forget our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, so you guys live together. I always like to ask my couples, you know, what are some annoyances that you deal with from each other, you know, that you probably wouldn't deal with if you were not in love?
He sniffs a lot.
Like, what do you mean? At what?
Nothing, for no reason.
Just sniffing and
he doesn't even know he's doing it.
Oh, really?
He sniffs. It's like he constantly has the runny nose or something.
Huh.
I love you anyway, though.
What about you, James?
I don't know. Are you going to put that in the dishwasher? And then the other day, it was really funny because I set the stuff on the counter. I already checked, and the dishwasher was locked, so it's clean. Then she's like, "You didn't put it in the dishwasher?" I'm like, I checked, and it's clean. She's like, oh, never mind.
My bad.
Apparently,
I have a thing about the dishwasher.
Yeah. That's the first thing that popped in my head. There's not too many things that really annoy me or anything like that, but that's one of them that just kind of popped in my head.
Yeah, and you know, annoying is not the right word at what I'm trying to ask. It's really those, I don't know, like, you know, when I was married, my ex-husband would always take a shower and, you know, you scrunch the shower curtain to get out. And I like to have it drawn back. And he would always leave it scrunched, and that would just annoy the heck out of me. For whatever reason. I mean, because my shower curtain usually has a cute little design on it, and I want people to see the design. And when you scrunch it, you can't really see it. So it annoyed the heck out of me. But is that like a deal breaker? No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I got no problem with that. I always close it. Oh yeah. How about changing the toilet paper roll?
So
Like, go to the
who
bathroom,
doesn't change it
if
there?
I need tissue for my nose or something, and then it's all gone.
I try to remember. This doesn't always happen. We get stuck. We have little ruts. So like every night at dinner, he wants to be watching a movie when he's eating.
Okay.
That's his thing. He has to watch something while he's eating. I have to read a cookbook. I don't know why this is true. And I actually did not realize that I always read a cookbook at dinner until
I pointed it out. I'm like
every dinner?
Every dinner
she likes to pick a cookbook, sit at the table and read a cookbook. And I noticed it. And she's just like, I never noticed I actually did that at dinner every night. I'm just like, I noticed.
Wow. So you must be eating well in your house then, because I'm assuming you're making all these dishes that you're reading about.
It's true.
Yep.
Nice.
I love cooking. I love showing my love to people through cooking them good food. So like this last Saturday, we had a date night, with the baby at home. And I made burgers and onion rings and milkshakes, and it was really good.
And I love eating.
It's a good pairing, really.
Yeah,
so that works perfectly. Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So on the flip side of that, what is the one or two things that you love about each other?
Oh, there's lots of things I love about him. He supports me no matter what. He loves supporting my business dreams. I could suggest the weirdest stuff that we go and do, and he's like, yeah, if it makes me happy,
yeah,
he wants it for me. And I love that. I love the way that he has a lot of understanding. I have arthritis in most of my joints, and sometimes I just have really bad days.
Right.
And he's always there checking on me. What can I do for you? How can I make it easier for you? And, a lot of people, that could be a deal breaker for people. I mean, I had arthritis already when he and I first started dating, and it's not exactly something you bring up right away.
Right.
But it's a thing, and it's not going to go away for me. And so he's just so great. He's always trying to help me. And, even now that we have a little baby, we're right in the mix together. We share all the duties and everything, waking up early, staying up late, doing the diapers, the whole thing. So I think just really having him be my partner and everything is amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. What about you, James?
I really love that she loves me for me, all of me, everything, no matter how weird or not weird, because I have a lot of little weird things about me, stuff that I like, stuff that I do. And no matter what it is, I like that she doesn't care about that. And that's amazing, because that's like, I don't think anybody's ever loved me for me and everything. So
Right.
it's amazing, all in all.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. And you're right. Not everybody can say that for sure, because we always nitpicking each other. And, those things that we're talking about that we say are annoyances. And sometimes that can be a deal breaker for people.
Yeah.
And finding somebody who loves you for all of you. You should put that on a t-shirt. She loves me for all of me.
Yeah. No, we kind of have matching t-shirts too. We got for what did you get us that for?
I got him in Disneyland, the quote from Star Wars, Princess Leia and Han Solo. And so my shirt has Princess Leia. It says, I love you. And his shirt has Han Solo. It says, I know.
Oh, that's awesome. You should have
I thought it was awesome. We're getting back with those shirts.
You should have worn them today. I love
No,
it.
that would have been good. Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what advice would you give for people who are single? I love that it took you guys almost 14 months to get to that first date, which, I mean, like I said, I think, for me anyway, I know I would have given up. But what advice would you give to people to not give up on someone that you see and you like?
Patience.
Yeah. I mean, I think I think if you're drawn to someone, you owe it to yourself to give that person a chance. I mean, they may not be your forever person. I didn't know that he was going to be my forever person when I saw him checking out my groceries at Walgreens. But I wanted to know. I wanted to know what the possibility could bring.
Right.
And it brought a whole lot more than I ever thought it would. I thought I was done having children. I thought I was not going to get married. I had kind of closed that chapter in my life, but he was too intriguing to not try. And I think, the thing that always drew me to him in the beginning was he was just kind.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I liked that a lot. I think we both had really high standards, and we were really upfront with them when we first started talking and texting. We just laid out our deal breakers right from the beginning.
That's awesome.
And they were the same deal breakers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you guys care to share a few of them?
Oh, sure. Like, I smoked cigarettes for many, many years, and I had quit several years before James and I got together, and that was one of my deal breakers, was you can't smoke, because if you smoke, I'll smoke.
And I felt the same. Right. I was just like, that is gross. I don't want that. And I was like, nope.
Yeah. Well, and you had smoked in the past, too.
I smoked in the past, too, but I was done with that also.
Yeah, we had both already quit, and we both wanted someone who would be supportive of that and not potentially kind of tempt us to get back into that. And that was essentially, we also wanted somebody that didn't drink very much or just drink very socially. We both had our party moments, and we were like, no, we're done with that. Like, I don't want somebody, we both have actually had previous relationships where that was a real problem.
Oh, okay.
And so that was a big one. Those were the two main things just right off the bat that we were like, I was like, do you smoke? And I'm like, man, he better not smoke. 14 months. Like, this, he better not have one of my deal breakers, because that's going to be a bummer. But I knew I wasn't going to compromise on it. And that was part of why I had been single for so long. Because I knew it wasn't good for me.
Right.
And I needed to have someone that wouldn't be that. And you had the same. You've been single for several years before we got together for for those reasons, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So James, what would you say to guys out there who, you see a lady that you like? I know you said patience, but is there anything else you would like to add on to giving some advice for guys in terms of when they see somebody they like, what should they do?
Act shy.
No.
Don't be too pushy, not up front, or just kind of ask them questions and kind of lay out a few things and see if they feel the same.
Yeah. But how did you guys know that, Sarah, how did you know James was single? And I mean, I guess you look at the ring, but at the finger to see if there's a ring, but that's not true anymore, right?
True. Yeah. We kind of had little conversations during some of my visits.
Okay.
So he would show me pictures of his kids. And I mean, we kind of mentioned in our conversations, as I'm like passing him in the aisle at Walgreens, like, hey, come see pictures of my kids. I was like, oh, these are my kids. And, yeah, they're with their dad over there.
Right.
So we kind of found a way to work it into the conversation that didn't feel, I mean, you said not be pushy, but it was nice that he was clearly interested, but he wasn't aggressive. And I appreciated that. He was very just kind and friendly about it. And then it did take you a little while, but it all worked out.
Yeah.
After that guy was hanging on her shoulder, I'm like, I had to know. Was he hanging on your shoulder for a reason?
So maybe we should thank this guy, huh?
No, really. We've said that. I should shake his hand and be like, thank you very much.
I'm not sure he would appreciate it.
Yeah, he'd probably be pretty mad.
But yeah, well, it got you motivated.
It really did. Yep. I could not wait. I had to ask him.
Oh, I just love it. It's so beautiful. I love it. Yeah. So the patience of it is just, that's, to me, it's the number one thing that, I'm having to learn that as an adult, to be patient, because I feel like, it's this microwave um, society, right, where we want instant gratification right away, and if you don't ask me right then, I'm like, okay, see you later. But
Right.
14 months, that is impressive.
Yep. I do have
Yeah.
a lot of patience, and I
Yeah.
was also really shy, so that was put together.
Yeah. I gotta
Binky
grab
down.
the binky.
Binky down.
Oh dear.
That's I gotta sit right back up. With that.
Yeah. So, any other tips? Anything else you guys want to share about love to singles? You said you said you call her your husband. So I'll say to married folks. Anything you want to put out there for people to learn and know about that you guys have tried and worked?
Yeah, I guess instead of you want to go get a drink sometime, be like, you want to go get some lunch?
Right. Oh yeah, because drinks means you're going to a bar to have alcohol.
Exactly.
Yeah, and sadly, I think that's what people gravitate towards anymore, right? Especially for those that drink, it's like, let's go have a drink.
Yeah.
But
It really doesn't give you an opportunity to really know who they are. I mean, drinking changes your perceptions and it changes your inhibitions, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with drinking.
No.
And we enjoy a drink sometimes, but I got to know him so much better over lunch at a breakfast place, for a first date, that it was my chance to assess whether there was really a potential there. I mean, I think the best thing I did for myself when I was single was I just did what I really wanted. Like, right. I did things that I'd always wanted to do. I went to the farmer's market. I told him that was secretly one of my dreams, was to have a guy that would want to go to the farmer's market with me.
Does he?
But he does. He loves it.
Oh, nice.
Like, going to the farmer's market? I'm like, yes, I do. And she's like,
that's
the
the
look on her
dream.
face I got when I said yes, I'm just like, is that weird? And she's like, the dream.
But, before I met him, I went to the farmer's market anyway.
Right.
I wanted to go see a play. You know what? I'd grab a girlfriend, or I'd go by myself. And I think I brought more to the table, being confident and knowing what I like and knowing what I don't like, and the things that are important to me, by crafting my own life as a single person, because I was single for like 7 years with only really very brief relationships in there at all. But I learned so much about what was most important to me and things that I wanted in my life that would make me happy. And so then I was able to bring that to our relationship. And I think the thing that I love the most about what we do, especially when we do date nights or things, he's such a good sport. I'm like, let's take the Myers-Briggs test, or let's do the Enneagram test, and then see like what our results are. And we actually just got this new book. It was like 101 quizzes for couples. But we are intentional about our connection.
I love that.
Anytime we go out to dinner, I pull up something on my phone and I'm like, okay, let's have some deep question times. Like, is there anything that I could do to make you pull away from me? And you're doing it in this time that you're enjoying yourself. You're having a great time. And it's not a heat of the moment, but then we get to talk about the things. Like, we have things that we don't joke about, because they're, to us, that's a no, you don't go there. It's not funny.
Yeah.
But we discovered that in one of our dinner dates. So every time we have these moments to ourselves, we seek to know each other through all kinds of crazy fun quizzes and memes and stuff like that. But
I love that. So have you guys done the languages of love?
Yes. Yep. We are both quality time as our number one.
How perfect is that?
Yeah. And then we talked about, like, in other relationships, like how those love languages were different. The first time I was married, that husband was his love language was absolutely gifts, and that is my absolute lowest one. And so it helped me understand that while I was just trying to grasp time from him, he was showing me love. It just wasn't in a way that I really felt like getting it.
Right.
And so I was pretty excited that his was also quality time, because that's what we center our relationship around, is having quality time, spending time together.
Going to the Saturday market together. I mean, come on, that's awesome.
It's not life. I mean, it's not like life altering things, but to me, I just wanted somebody to go buy fresh fruit with, that was going to get really excited when the rhubarb came out in the spring. And
my favorite texts are the one when, how well do you know your wife, or how well do you know your husband? She did for me, which was awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, we totally do those kind of games and stuff all the time, just as a way to get to know each other better and to have deeper conversations that could, if you were having them in the wrong moment, be really bad.
Right.
But since you're doing it at a happy time, I think it's really deepened our connection. And it's something I've definitely never done in my previous relationships.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be intentional about connecting.
No, that's perfect. I mean, it's a very important part of a relationship for sure. And I'm glad you guys have that.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning earlier that he supports you in your business. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're working on?
Yeah. So right now I'm working on launching a financial coaching business. Personal finance has been a passion of mine since high school. I had a teacher that just inspired me greatly. And I've had some really hard financial times in my life. When I was 18, I was homeless, living out of a truck, driving from state to state, trying to earn enough money at each town to move on to the next one. And
I'm sorry.
I had a baby right before I was 19. And I mean, it was tough. We were living when we finally got a place to stay, it was really tiny. We had $20 for 2 weeks worth of groceries. And so I think my personal experience with struggle and being hungry and not having a constant place of shelter, I think and how I kind of grew out of that. I mean, I had to develop the life I have now. And, I've owned my home now for 6 years, and that was one of my big dreams for myself, was to buy my home by the time I was 30, and I was 30 in 4 months. But I think I just want to help people live their best life by not letting money be the barrier that keeps them from living out the things that they really want. So I'm creating a financial coaching business based around that.
What's the name of it?
It's called SB Financial, so Sarah Blanchfield Financial. I have that website, sarahblanchfieldfinancial.com, and it's just a place for people to feel supported. My kind of tagline is nurture and numbers, so it's not all about the spreadsheet, but it's a lot about the emotions that we bring to our finances and things like that, and how you can really find alignment and make moving your life forward.
I love it. So do you work with couples in terms of how to handle finances in a relationship?
I do. Yeah. I've definitely worked with some couples who are having just different values about money, different struggles. Money brings a lot of hard emotions. So there can be shame and guilt. And, even when we first started working on money, that was an adventure, because I love money. I love finances. I had to almost literally drag him to the table the first time I said, "Hey, I want to go over the budget with you." And you could have just said, "Hey, I want to punch you full of nails," and then stop on you, because that was about how excited he was. And
I really didn't want. I was like, "Oh man, no!" And then it took me 4 times of doing it before I was actually like, I get why you're talking about money now. Like, why we need this much for this and all the bills that they're paid. We have this much left. I totally get it now.
Right. We don't fight about money.
We never fight about money.
And that's a huge thing for a lot of people. Because I know the things that are important to him, and he knows the things that are important to me, and we make allowances for that for each of us, so that we can feel like we can do the things that we love. He wants to buy a new PlayStation. I don't care about video games, not even a little bit. But if he wants it, we can save up for that because that's meaningful to him. Yeah. I want to spend money on my business, and he's okay with that. Yep. So we found a way to craft our money together in a way that we both know what's going on. We both know what goals we have, try to work on keeping each other accountable. It was definitely a journey for us because he had I don't think he'd ever budgeted before.
Nope. I'd get bills paid, and then the rest is just like fun money and clothes, food, whatever I need, and was like, all right, just spend away.
Thank you to you both for joining me on this episode. I'm so grateful that you were able to take time even to bring baby Layla. Is it Layla? Leela into the episode. So thank you both.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to go to iTunes. You can subscribe, rate, and write a review. And also, you can always find more information about any of the episodes on my website, www.realloverealstories.com. And remember to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and it's all under Real Love, Real Stories. Till next time.